A very good Saturday morning to you. Whether or not meteorologist Landon Hampton here, wanted to bring you an overview of what to expect over the next 36 to 48 hours. A winter weather advisory has been issued for the entirety of South Central Kentucky, but that won't be going into effect until 11 p.m. tonight. And before we deal with the winter weather, we're going to have to be looking at the possibility of some strong thunderstorms as well. We can look at those current temperatures out there early this morning. It's roughly 6:15 a.m. Already in the mid-50s across the lower Ohio Valley here and South Central Kentucky. 56 at the Warren County, Kentucky Mesonet site. Logan County and Butler County Mesonet sites already up to 58. And those temperatures are only going to continue to climb as we progress throughout the day. Now, where are these warm temperatures coming from? We have a very stout southerly flow currently set up, winds gusting and exceeding 20 to 30 miles an hour in some locations. A little bit earlier this morning, the Simpson County Mesonet site picked up a wind gust exceeding 45 miles an hour. So with all that warm air advecting up here out of the Gulf, that is not only increasing our temperatures out there early this morning, but that's also escorting in some moisture as well. That's going to lead to the possibility of some stronger storms a little bit later this afternoon. So we can take a look here at the current surface setup. Low pressure located off to our south and west. This warm front is going to continue to lift north over the area, reinforcing that southerly flow right across southwest Tennessee, right through the heart of South Central Kentucky. And as that takes place, we can take a look at what's going to occur here. This area of low pressure is going to cut north and east through the Ohio Valley. That's going to bring this very stout cold front southeast over the region. Now, as that takes place, I'm going to back this up here. This is roughly 6 a.m. this morning. Okay, this is what the current models have in place, the NAM 4 kilometer. We see some scattered showers out there early this morning, but whenever we bring up actual radar, there's really not too much happening. We've got some few spotty sprinkles and drizzle out there. That is expected to continue throughout the day, but the real show is not going to be arriving until a little bit later this evening. As we get into this afternoon with that southwesterly component kicking up, we're expecting an increase in rain coverage. But the strongest storms, let me put this forward here. This is at 6 p.m. this evening. You can see right along the cold front, we have forcing occurring here. We've got some stronger storms blowing up just along and north of the Ohio River, and that's expected to work east across the region as we progress throughout the night. Here we can see 9 p.m. and this particular model by around midnight brings a stout line of storms through here. Now, we're not expecting any sort of major widespread severe weather event, but it is worth noting that the Storm Prediction Center has included all of South Central Kentucky in what's known as a marginal risk for severe weather. We could see an isolated instance or two of a few winds at or exceeding 58 miles an hour. So we will have to pay close attention to that first before the Arctic crash arrives. And what I mean by the Arctic crash arriving, as we go forward into the pre-dawn hours of our Sunday, we can see the changeover just behind the cold front here. A light wintry mix taking over. Folks, right now all precip types are on the table. Maybe a little bit of light snow, some sleet. The more likely scenario is some freezing rain to come along with this. But I want to put this temperature forecast into motion to show you what else will be more of a concern. So we're looking at afternoon highs somewhere within the upper 50s into the 60s range as we progress through the mid-afternoon hours. Look at this warm nose just punching in here out of the southwest ahead of the front. Very warm, moist air mass coming up here. That is what will be priming our atmosphere for the possibility of some inclement weather. We're looking at low to mid-60s by the time we get into 3 p.m. this afternoon. And then keep that in mind, because after we go from low and mid-60s, as we progress into the overnight hours, look at how cold it gets. That Arctic air comes absolutely crashing in here from our north and west. By the time we get into 6 a.m. Sunday morning, the NAM 4 kilometer has temperatures in the mid to upper 20s across our region. Now that presents us with another issue, not just the possibility of maybe some light accumulation. Some of us aren't even going to see any accumulation, especially if the freezing rain scenario sets up. But what's going to occur, even if we don't get in on that wintry precipitation, going from mid-60s this afternoon, dropping 40 degrees within 24 hours, or excuse me, 12 hours between 3 and 6 a.m. on Sunday morning, we could be looking at what we call a flash freeze. With all the rain falling on the pavement, I know the road workers are out there putting down the brine. A lot of that is going to be washed off by these heavy rain and storms that are going to blow through. Well, with that fast of a crash in temperatures, with the pavement already wet, you can imagine the scenario. That's what we refer to as a flash freeze. That could create some very, very treacherous travel early Sunday morning. So please take note of that and keep that in mind. Now, here's an interesting scenario. This is a 24-hour probability of receiving at or exceeding 1 inch of snowfall. You can see here, not expecting a lot of accumulation, a 1% chance here for portions of south central Kentucky, a few areas at 5%, a little bit better chance around Louisville, northeast into Cincinnati, 10, 20, 30% opportunity for them to get in on a layer of the white stuff. But now what is more likely? We're looking at the possibility of at least 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain. Not high probabilities out there, but you do need to take note that the opportunity is there. 30% chance here in Bowling Green, 40% chance just off to our north and west, and down to our south, just along and southeast of Nashville, Murfreesboro. They're looking at a 50% opportunity to see at least 1/10 of an inch of ice. So again, please keep that in mind. With this being the first winter weather setup of the season, again, this is really expected to cause some traffic issues late tonight into early Sunday. So here is a gander at the continental U.S. with the current watches, warnings, and advisories. Look at all the winter weather alerts stretching from the central plains right through the heart of the Ohio Valley, stretching up across the Midwest and northern plains, all the way up through the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic. This is quite the system indeed, but we can zoom in a little bit closer here at home. Yes, all of south central Kentucky, including the counties that we cover, all of us underneath a winter weather advisory from 11 p.m. tonight through 11 a.m. on Sunday. Again, very minor accumulations, maybe a few tenths up to 1/4 of an inch of some slushy stuff on the ground. But again, for some of us, or many of us, there won't be hardly anything out there. But do not be deceived, because we are anticipating to see that flash freeze occur, and travel will be a possibility out there. So thanks so much for joining me this morning for this Whether or Not video blog. You all have a great day, and remember, stay weather aware all throughout today. Possibility of strong storms late this evening, followed by the wintry weather and treacherous travel late tonight and early Sunday. You all stay safe.